time?
Yeah, I think we've seen a few races in this tournament where the lamps and the boots just haven't shown up early.
Alright, looks like we have bomb inventory upgrade and some arrows from the first couple chests.
And it looks like that sanctuary is over by the well in Kakariko, so they'll be back here quite frequently.
That's actually a really nice place for it. Oh wow, the double-chested fairy room with the moon pearl!
What a start!
That is an excellent place to find that. 2 chests right off the bat. If we can get some more houses like this in Kakariko. Well, there's the shop if they need to buy any bombs. Looks like these ladies' houses got the goods. Oh! Seems we have found Desert Palace.
Right at Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. So no sword yet, so gotta wait for that enemy there to shoot off its fireballs and disappear. Alright,
Kohrek found a shield making his way through Kakariko. For those that haven't seen this before, that back entrance to the bar is about the only fixed entrance in this whole game.
I'm finding the big key right off the bat here, so that'll give him at least access to another chest. I'm interested to see. Okay, good. Map on the lamp there, so not going to need the boots right off the bat.
That'll be nice to see for them. They may be finishing this dungeon pretty quickly.
Ooh, and the mini-mire area here with the 2 chests. But unfortunately, just a Pizza Hut and 50 rupees.
Yeah, finding a few useful things, but nothing that's really opened up any new areas for them so far.
Yeah. There's our great fairy fountain, in case we need some quick heals. So we're going to see a lot of the same areas right off the bat checked. So again, Ack now picking up the Moon Pearl.
Kohrek going in to buy some bombs right now because at the start of the game, those are your best weapons if you come across any enemies. These guys are playing in open mode.
So it looks like all the Light World dungeons are crystals. I didn't get a chance to see if any of them were 5 and 6, but I think Eastern might have been 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like it based on what chat's saying. Kohrek did also find where Ganon's hiding, and he's over in the normal bat cave.
Ooh, another Pizza Hut.
I think a lot of the rando runners don't normally go out of their way to pick up those pieces of heart, but we're seeing it a lot more in Entrance Shuffle because they're finding it's really hard to get enough hearts in these seeds at the start.
Absolutely, and you never know where you're going to end up. Was that Ganon?
That was, yeah, he's in the bat cave there.
What? Oh, Bat Ganon. Oh, that's kind of ironic. Is that ironic? Is that the right word? I feel like it's not the right word, but
appropriate, fitting.
Yeah. Thank
or
you.
if you're Alanis, ironic, why not?
All right. So pretty much I think most of the entrances in Kakariko have been checked, so we're going to start to see the library here next. Oop, unfortunately, not able to grab that bush. Got to go around the front.
Not sure why he couldn't pick that up.
I think it just came at it at the wrong angle. Oh, nice! It's the Chia Pet.
Oh, I've been wondering what the Chia Pet was. That's good to know.
Yeah. Oh, was that Bumper Cave? I think that was Bumper Cave.
That was, it looked like the back end of Bumper Cave there, so he can get through that with a hook shot or with the cape.
But it looks like the other side is just a heart container, so I don't know if we're gonna see anyone go out of their way to pick that up.
Probably not, no.
Especially if they need to come back because they don't have the right items right now. What exactly do you need for Dark World access? A question in chat. You either need to defeat Aghanim, or you need the hammer and the gloves and the moon pearl, or you need Titan's mitts and the moon pearl. There's a few different ways to get into Dark World.
Yeah, there's a number of ways, and they'll all drop you somewhere else. I'm waiting for a version of the entrance randomizer where the Dark World portals are randomized, so going in on the east side might drop you on the west.
Oh, that would be exciting.
I don't actually know if that feature's coming. I shouldn't get anyone's hopes up.
So we have a Lost Woods check here. So, we're gonna get to see. Is this?
I think that's the vanilla location.
Yeah, vanilla Lost Woods here. And a nice green bottle. So once we find Sick Kid, at least he'll be able to check. He'll be able to check Sick Kid.
Yeah, it's nice to find the bottles early so you're not trying to remember later on where Sick Kid was.
Alright, so we'll get to see who left what lying in the woods. Oh, there we go. I was worried for a sec. Oh, it's 50 rupees.
Yeah, when you might need to go do an early Zora, every little bit of rupees helps for this.
And I'm not sure where even that cave is from. With the spikes and the...
I believe that's the one that's been called Karkat's Cave, but I have no idea where it's supposed to be. And all I can say is Karkat's done a very good job of attaching his name to a cave.
So... that one, the lumberjack area, I don't think we got a chance to see what it was exactly. Or I don't know exactly what it was.
It didn't look like it was an important place, so I don't think they'll be doing a Ganem for that.
Oh wow, and an escape! Just trash in the chest, nothing exciting. I think it was a map, an arrow upgrade, and something else. So I'm interested to see what Sanctuary is. Oh!
Oh!
Well, this is nice.
Yeah, they can actually get both of the things out of here, including the lamp!
Fire source! Finally! And able to see in the dark.
It looks like Kohrek has called this wrong. He was, it looked like, expecting a lampless seed, and he's definitely got one early.
And 5 rupees on top of it. Alright, so let's take a look and see. We got Ack also picking up the bottle. We haven't seen Sick Kid's location yet, right?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
You'll see that the runners are dropping down into all those drop caves now. At the start of the game, they want to avoid that because they might accidentally drop in Ganon, but now that they found him, they'll usually go straight for the drop-in.
So we have a save and quit back to Sanctuary. Enough rupees now to buy a hammer! Oh my god. At least now Kohrek has a weapon.
Yeah, now they can adventure around the world a bit more safely.
Yeah, and gonna be able to to do some more of the Dark World once they get at least, or not more of the, going to be able to access Dark World once they get gloves now. So just looking for that.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx it for them, but those gloves tend to come pretty early because there's so much that they unlock. Having said that, I've probably just jinxed it and we won't see the gloves for 45 minutes now.
And if I'm not mistaken, then these guys have quick swap on. Is that correct?
I think so, just based on how little times we've seen their inventory pop up.
Yeah. So for those of you who are new to this, the entrance randomizer has a feature where you can actually quick swap with your, I believe it's R and L buttons, if I'm not mistaken, through your inventory. So you don't have to actually menu at all.
That's right, because those buttons don't do anything in Link to the Past normally.
That's correct. Ack is bombing his uncle because they gave him the lamp. I actually think it was Ack that had the name that was.
I think you're right.
Lamp is, if I recall correctly. So now Kohrek has a light source, or fire source, sorry. So he's gonna be able to, if he happens to find, of course, the gloves, be able to get to Lanmolis.
We only need the gloves for this, because he's at Hyrule Castle, not at the Desert Palace.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Oh my gosh, this throws me off every time.
It's still throwing me as well.
But I think that there's still that laser beam. Maybe that's the second entrance now? I'm not exactly sure.
I don't think it matters which one.
Oh,
there's the gloves anyways.
Oh, there's that commentator's blessing.
So, for those wondering what we're discussing here, the entrance shuffler means that all the rooms are, all the overworld caves are swapped around with each other, and all the dungeons are swapped with each other. But it's only the dungeons with four entrances swapped with each other. So, in this case, Desert Palace has been swapped to Hyrule Castle.
Now, the interesting thing is, Ack did not go there. Ack didn't get that chest. But he did go into Desert. So does that mean that Ack is not going back for a while? That could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I hope we see him going back there soon. He'll be stuck for a while otherwise. In the current logic that they're using, the second part of Desert is still going to stay within Desert Palace. In the later rounds of this tournament, we are going to see every entrance randomized with every other entrance. So these dungeons could be very disjoint at that point.
Oh, I'd love to see Turtle Rock like that.
At that point, I will be very glad to be commentating and not racing.
Ooh, hello, Sashala. What do you got stashed in your back? Oh, blue mail. Ooh, Bombos. Interesting. Blue mail and Bombos.
It looks like Kohrek's headed up Death Mountain where he found the Cane of Samaria. The Cane of Samaria is up on Spectacle Rock, so they'll need the mirror to access that.
Long hallway of lamps there, which I think leads to a fairy fountain. If I'm not mistaken. I don't have sound on, so I couldn't tell. Ooh. This is actually a really nice find for Kohrek. This actually has 7 items in it, 5 chests on one side and 2, or wait, where are you going, Kohrek?
Where is he going? There are 7 chests in there if he wants. I think he just wanted to see where that spits him out.
Oh, okay.
Because if he fails the bomb jump when he exits here, he won't come out that same entrance. He'll come out down here.
So very nice find, though. Finds red meringue. And another red rupee. It's a very red Death Mountain.
Very, yes.
Right, and oh, nice. Gonna go for boomerang and then hammering the mini Boldorms. Still keeping up with the red theme, I see. Jeez. Are we gonna find red mail in here? Oh, now it's blue. Wow.
All right, so nothing too good in that.
Yeah, that was more like Trash Mountain there.
And this has dumped him out at the base of the mountain again.
Well, that's probably not where he wants to be.
Oh, we can see Axe picked up his own hammer now.
Yep. So again, back into here. To go, Kohrek is going back up Death Mountain again. There's a bunch more locations up here he can take a look at, so... Ooh, Ack is looking like he's heading back towards desert.
Yeah.
I say desert, but obviously you can see his Hyrule Castle. But inside of it is desert.
Yeah,
so
he may end up trying to beat this thing right now, or he may head out and scout elsewhere as well.
Well, in order to beat it, he's going to have to do either Aghanim 1 or have the Master Sword or Cape.
Oh, that's right. That barrier will be in the way, preventing him from getting into the last part of the dungeon.
So, I'm really curious as to what his thoughts were on coming back here.
I'd say it's a good thing he did, since now he's got the gloves, but Kohrek has picked up the first sword of this game.
That was a very dry joke. Wait, what? I made a joke? Alright, looks like we're heading to the dam. Which I don't think we've seen yet.
No one's been south of Link's house so far.
Oh, well, another fairy.
Fairies, shops, and fortune tellers are the three things that you don't realize how many there are in Link to the Past until you play this mode.
So Kohrek now has their first sword, so hype for that. Just needs one more sword, and Kohrek can do Desert Palace.
You know, it sounds very strange when you put it that way, but you're completely right.
So, there's the fortune teller. Ooh, nice. Kohrek getting himself 300 rupees as the reward for returning the old man to his cave.
That's a very generous old man.
Absolutely. And is this the dark... It is! The Dark Death Mountain cave here. Still just trash. Unfortunately, not anything that they're looking for. Oh, the blacksmith is actually in Agina's cave.
That's a long trek to bring those dwarves later in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to go there, and then you have to go back there again with the purple chest.
Yeah, that won't be a fun part for them.
So looks like we're gonna see the mini Moldorm cave here. Oh yeah, they definitely have quick swap. Just saw that happen there. So another shop. And are we going to see the Ice Rod Cave? But not actually, obviously, the Ice Rod Cave.
I think we'll see the Ice Rod Cave, both halves, and whatever's under that rock there. And probably from both runners, it looks like.
Yeah, they're both, I mean, there's two entrances over there. It's definitely something worth checking out. They have the power glove, so that's a handy find. Ooh, nice kill of the crabs there.
Very nicely done.
Ooh, that was just the bombable hut in Kakariko.
And another empty hut that I don't recognize.
Oh, this is the ledge, the graveyard behind the graveyard.
Yeah, normally needs the mirror to get to, but 20 rupees for them in this case.
Nice, back at Sanctuary, which means back and Kakariko. So far we've found Desert Palace, but nothing else for dungeons yet. We haven't checked any of the other dungeons yet, so.
No, they haven't gone sneaking in there just yet.
I think it was Kohrek that was up on Death Mountain. Could have actually gone to Tower of Hera because they had the hammer.
I don't think he found his way to the very top of the mountain, unfortunately. So.
Oh, for some reason I thought he did.
Death Mountain becomes a real maze in this system, even worse than it was before. On Friday, we even saw a couple of races where the mirror was required just to get into Hera because there was no other system of paths that would connect you to the top properly.
Oh, wow. All right, what does the hobo have? Getting a little bit of hobo love. And nails the fake flipper glitch out of there. Reverse fake flippers. Blech. Can't speak, apparently.
So do you think he's heading to Zora now?
I think that I don't know if Kohrek has checked Sahasrahla either, but
and he doesn't have the money for Zora.
But it looks like he might be heading there anyways. Nope. Hopefully he finds it. Ooh, well, nope. That's not gonna help.
That's the wrong chest game.
So here's where I'm confused. I thought that Death Mountain actually they were all. I thought Kohrek was on the other side of Death Mountain, but turns out he was on this side here. All right, so again we're getting our next check or the same check of the map, but it looks like Kohrek might be heading into Dark World because Kohrek has the hammer and the gloves and the moon pearl, which will give him access to this portal right here at the Village of Outcasts. Which will put him into the Village of Outcasts, and we'll get a lot more entrances there.
Yeah, and I think that's basically the only place these guys have left to go right now.
So it looks like Green Pendant Mire, Red Pendant Turtle Rock.
And Crystal 6 was down at Swamp Palace.
So potentially no medallions required, depending upon what's in there. These mini Moldorms are giving Ack a run for his rupees.
So Kohrek's gone into Skull Woods, which is the one dungeon you know the placement of for sure. It's shuffled within itself, at least for the outer regions. So he knows he can find a number of chests and maybe even 2 items out here.
Yeah, hopefully the fire rod. Fire rod would be nice. I mean, it's not nice because it would be kind of vanilla-ish, but at least we'd be able to give him access to the second part of it.
Yeah, and that part, for those who haven't played before, can be an entirely different dungeon, and often will be. For those who in chat who are wondering, crystal number 5 was back at the Eastern Palace. We saw that on the map much earlier in the race. So they do know where crystals 5 and 6 are if they end up needing to get into the pyramid.
And that was a cane of Samaria that was sitting on Spectacle Rock.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so we'll see just how long they have to wait before the mirror.
That's so troll. It's like, here's an item you need, but can't get it yet.
Well, and because Mire and Turtle Rock are actually pendant dungeons in this case, that cane might not be required at all.
Yep. Depending upon what's in them, and if they need to go to East G Tower.
Yeah, and they may end up in that tower and realize they need the right side. That may be
man.
what sends them on a quest for the cane.
So interestingly enough, I mean it's right in front of the tower. So if they really need, Kohrek's getting trolled by that trolled by that statue. Can he not grab it? What is going on?
I think, you know how the game lags you for about a frame every time you step onto and off that switch? I think that was just throwing him off very slightly.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, he'll
Very
just
well
have
done
to.
with dodging
He'll have to
those
try the room
gibbers.
entirely separate.
Poor guy. But he's doing a really good job of controlling the Gibdos, or not controlling, avoiding taking damage from them.
Yeah, I don't really want to know how many hits from the fighter's sword it takes to take out a Gibdo, though I'm sure someone in chat's about to tell me now.
Too freaking many. That's how many. These things have so much health.
I think it's too many hits with the Master Sword.
Oh man, just take that little heart of damage and then respawn at the entrance. Good job. Awesome, Kohrek. Good job. So, unfortunately, getting bodied a little bit by those tentacle monsters there. So it looks like we're gonna see a bomb jump. Okay. Or
Yeah, I
bomb
think he's.
throws at
Oh,
the
he's
mini
trying to
Moldorms.
clear the path for him because it would
Yeah.
suck to get over there and then get bounced right back off.
Oh, nice! That was a very nice mini Moldorm kill. Oh, and finds himself. Oh, that's pretty good. Heart piece, which fills up his hearts.
Yeah, not a useless trip into Skull Woods.
So we're about to see Hype Cave. What Hype Cave actually is. Oh,
It is
another fairy.
not very hype.
No, not at all. So I saw there was a question in chat about who runs the HUD. Generally speaking, we normally have a dedicated tracker 9 times out of 10. There'll be odd times when there's not, but today we have the wonderful Ursula joining us. as our tracker for today. So let's show some love in chat for our awesome tracker.
Yeah, thanks to Ursula for running that, because we can't commentate and keep track of the tracker at the same time.
Oh, well, here's Skullwoods, the remaining part of it.
That's down at Swamp Palace, I think?
Yeah. Oh, looks like...
I think he's setting up for a death warp.
Yeah. He's taking some damage, because no... no mirror. Oh, hello, Mimic Cave. Alright, what do we got in the Mimic Cave? Just bombs. Wow, these item locations so far have been a tiny bit trolly. No bow, no hook shot, no rods, no flute. We found the cane but can't get it, and no mirror.
So Ack did have the ability to finish Skullwoods right there if he was willing to do a bomb jump. There's one torch that you can't light unless you can get right over to it with the lantern. But I don't envy him trying to do a Mothula fight on 6 hearts.
Yeah. It'd be 5 hearts if you lose the heart to the bomb jump.
That's right. And chat's pointing out the logic's never going to require him to do that. The game's always going to make sure he can get to the fire rod in some way before he has to finish that dungeon.
So I'm curious, what do you think the trolley item of the seed is going to be?
Chat's saying bow, but I'm going to go with the flute. Because the flute doesn't open up a lot. It just gets them into the mire area. And so it can be a long time before they get that final area and whatever one dungeon is in there.
Yeah, the flute, that could be interesting.
What are you
expecting? It definitely
expecting?
increases movement as well. Like you're able to get around faster. So, what do I say? I think it's gonna be the mirror, because they potentially need to do swamp. Maybe not. Actually, they went into swamp and that was Skullwood, so...
Right, and the way it's set up in this game is you don't need the mirror to get into Swamp Palace like normally. All you have to do is find that Light World version of Swamp Cave, pull that lever, and the water will be drained from the actual dungeon forever. And Kohrek was just in there a couple minutes ago. But certainly if any required items are blocked by the mirror, like say the cane, it could be a while before we see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Murder Dactyl has got it out for Ack. So Kohrek is about to find the other part of Skullwoods here. Oh, we found Hype Cave.
Actual Hype Cave.
So far, just a bottle, some bombs. Oh, heart piece, come on, be good. Oh my god, that cave blows.
That was unfortunate.
That was not a Hype Cave. I give it a 1 out of 10 because it had a bottle. Otherwise, it would have been 0.
The bottle was the only redemption here, but they already had bottles. It's not even that exciting there.
Exactly.
So it looks like Ack is making his way over to the Palace of Darkness. And, of course, we don't know what dungeon is going to be in there. This is probably just a scouting trip for him, and he'll figure out what he'd need to come back here for.
All right. Kiki the escort opening the door. What will we find inside Palace of Darkness? Will it be vanilla? Oh, nope. That is definitely swamp.
So even if Kohrek heads over there now, he's opened up the dungeon by draining the swamp, but without the hookshot, I think there's one chest. No, there's a couple more, but there's not a lot he can do in there.
Yeah, there's 4 chests. And potentially the big chest if you can find the big key right off the bat. And luckily, none of those chests would have a key. So it's guaranteed to either, well, except for, of course, the big key. So it's guaranteed to, unless he gets really unfortunately trolled and all of the items, or all of the chests are like map, compass, and...
That's right, although chat's pointing out he doesn't have the flippers right now. So, in fact, there's nothing he can do in there.
Oh, yes. Oh, no! Kohrek getting eaten by the tentacle monster. This is definitely not something that you want to do when heading up to the catfish. It's a little bit of a trek back there.
Yeah, it really is. That's a hard time to take that death.
So it looks like Ack is back in Kakariko, probably going to be heading to the Village of Outcasts.
Say that 10 times fast.
Which one?
Ack is back in Kakariko.
I'm really bad with the words to begin with. Ack is back in Kakariko. Oh my god. Alright, so what do we have here? Another shop. So how many shops are in this game?
You know, I haven't actually tried to count them up. I know you can tell the difference based on the eye color of the shopkeeper, I think. You can see whether they're light world or dark world shops, but I think there's got to be half a dozen.
One of the shopkeepers was totally green altogether. So I think that, definitely think that that was probably Dark World, but I know that there's at least... Oh, Kohrek is looking at this place and going, ugh, I don't want to have to come back here.
Axe now making that same trek through Skull Woods that Kohrek was making a few minutes ago. And we'll see where Kohrek goes from here. He's still got a bit of the world open to him.
I'm just really surprised that for everywhere that they have been and all the chests, because they've found a lot of chests so far. They have not found much.
No, they've found a lot of utilities and kind of bonus items to keep them strong, but not a lot that opens up new spaces.
Exactly. Oh nice, using bombos.
That's one way to get rid of those Gyptos.
That is a really good way. Oh my gosh. I had never seen that before, but that is amazing. Definitely a lot quicker than attacking them with the fighter sword or chasing them down with a hammer. That's
and a lot better for your sanity.
Oh yeah. Ooh, lots of hearts gone. You could probably just death warp to the beginning, but opts to actually do that instead. Hopefully it doesn't get hit by anything outside, but Ack does have blue mail, which I think will do a little bit less than because it would definitely take all his hearts if he was wearing green mail.
Yeah, those Dark World enemies are not nice to be around. But yeah, taking an outdoor death at that place, he'd go all the way back to Light World, probably the Sanctuary. That's a lot of time lost.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're about to see Eastern Palace here. And Eastern... Oh! Ice Palace. But with Bombos...
He's gonna go in.
Yeah. Alright, so... Fighter Sword, Ice Palace. Ooh, Ack. I don't know if that was intentional. Probably. Yeah, it definitely was intentional because he walked back in there.
Yeah, that's a good way to get a few hearts back.
So we're actually seeing some menuing, which is interesting because they have the quick swap. I don't know if that's out of habit or just...
I think it's partly out of habit, and if the items are far enough away by quick stop but right above each other, going to the menu might be faster. And when you have that weird distribution of items, it's probably easier just to use your memory.
Oh man. Oh man, these penguins! Without hookshot and no magic, pretty much, getting those guys, unfortunately, is a bit of a challenge.
This is not going to be an easy dungeon for Kohrek to do, but...
So, half a heart left. Decides... Ooh, I was about to say decides it's almost save and quit, but apparently not. So, don't take any... Oh!
Okay.
I was about to say don't take any damage. Apparently, I was too late.
Yeah, he's going to get out of there. Unless he's willing to do the bomb jump, he can't get any further in the dungeon, really, I think.
Well, it's, yeah, without hookshot, you basically get stopped at a certain point. But it would be that, this seems to be that kind of seed where if you go in there and, and you only do part of it, where you should have continued is where the item is going to be. Exactly like what Ack found earlier when he went into desert.
Yeah, that's right. So Ack found a room with new chests for this logic. I think that was the Waterfall of Wishing, which for the V26 logic is just now finally going to have 2 chests in it.
Yep, absolutely. I'm trying to remember. Now I've totally forgotten what I was gonna say. And I was wondering if they went into a place that I couldn't remember. Now I can't remember what it is. Oh! Here's the chess game with just a shield upgrade. Still! Goodness gracious, no good items. And I don't think Ack knows that you can grab onto the side of the blocks there to pull the mimics toward you so that they don't walk away.
Yeah, I'm never sure if that's an intended behavior or if that's a glitch, but it's certainly the best way to get the mimics where you can hit them.
Oh, Thieves Town. I was wondering if anyone had gone to Thieves Town yet.
I believe one of them Kohrek ducked his head in and out, and it looked like it was Misery Mire.
Oh.
So with no boots and no hookshot, that's off limits for now.
Yep. Well, we found the King's Tomb, which does not have a good item. These locations have just been all kinds of trolls, still with Fighter Sword. So Kohrek decided not to do swamp, of course, because no flippers. Save and quit. Head back to Sanctuary. So I think we might see a little bit more of Village of Outcasts. I was about to say has the cape for Bumper Cave, but Bumper Cave isn't there anymore.
No, Bumper Cave is where. Oh, it was to access the race, and they don't really want to get through there. It's just a piece of heart.
All right. So into Thieves Town Ack goes, and very quickly will nope out of there.
So I think one option they do have now is now that they've got the cape, they can go back to Hyrule Castle and do that last part of Desert Palace. I'm wondering if that'll have something for them.
Well, they got, hang on, Lamp was map, big key was in small key, or the small chest. Big chest had the small key, yeah, compass and gloves. So yeah, Land Molus definitely has an item. Whether it's an item of worth, though.
Yeah, that's a long way to go if it's not going to open up anything for you. But
I mean, they do need the crystal anyways.
that's right,
So,
it is somewhere they'll have to go.
the only annoying thing is doing Land Molus with Fighter Sword literally doesn't have any rods, doesn't have the arrow. I mean, you can try to hammer them, but it's just a pain in the butt. And I think that they're probably going to try to find at least one of the rods or something before doing Land Molus.
Yeah, otherwise you're essentially doing it like in a vanilla game. And we've all done that, we can do that, but it's less fun.
So Digging Game has another Pizza Heart. Oh, very nice stun with the boomerang.
And then the hammer kill as well.
All right, it's time to see. Oh my goodness, so much love in this seed, but not enough items.
Chat's pointing out that at this point it looks like Ganon's Tower is going to be located at Ganon's Tower because we've seen the other two pendant dungeons elsewhere in the world.
Oh, very nice. Finding the witch's hut. And Vanilla Ganon's Tower, that's definitely fun.
Well, I think the most important thing about that is it makes the pedestal seed that much more likely. Still not very likely, but since it's so unlikely to happen in Entrance Shuffle, this may be our chance to see one in this tournament.
Oh my. We don't have the book yet to see what's there, so wouldn't that be something? I mean, they are missing a lot of items, so... But what could be there? Couldn't be... It couldn't be any of the rods, the cane, the flute. Oh wait, could be the flute.
You know, with Turtle Rock as a pendant dungeon, that actually rules out a lot of potential stuff. But
yeah,
Sora could still be the answer. Desert Palace could be the answer right now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of still a bunch of places they haven't been. Catfish is another one. Kohrek, I think, was the one who died on the way. So generally what you do actually is you pick up that skull that Ack just picked up and you walk it over a screen transition and just throw it at the guy as you walk through. And you can keep walking. Oh, another shop. That's the one, I think, from Death Mountain.
It does look like that, yeah. Well, that's an interesting trick with the rock that I hadn't thought of, but it certainly saves... or it will certainly keep you safer in this mode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not oh, troll fairy. What a tease. There you go. At least came back for some. I can't remember where Ack picked up blue mail.
I think it was in Sahasrah's hut. That's where they both got it. Though,
right. Oh yeah, Kohrek has it too.
Where that was in the overworld, I can't remember.
Some catfish love as well. Oh boy. Now, is he going to be heading back to Ice Palace?
I think so.
Instead of going to defeat Landmollis. Interesting. We are about to see another reverse fake, or not reverse, we're about to see another fake flipper here from Ack. And I think this is a good play, though, for Kohrek. Even though he doesn't have the hook shot, he still has access to a few items here. So
yeah, there's definitely the chance that something in here pays off for him. I don't envy him trying to do this dungeon with his current gear, especially without the half magic, but it's a possible thing.
I just can't imagine doing cold stare with fighter sword.
No, I really hope it doesn't come to that for him.
Or, I mean, he's got the hammer, but that's not just as bad.
Yeah, it's a very hard fight, whichever way he tries to go for that.
Oh, throwing bombs all over the place, I see. Ooh. Running into those spikes. Those spikes are... This is probably my least favorite room because of all the movement and spikes.
Yeah, especially in a game where you're trying to go fast. If you're playing vanilla casually and not racing, you can make it through, but Kohrek intentionally taking the fall there, I think, to set up the bomb jump.
Oh, I don't think he has it yet. Nope. It's gotta be back. There you go. Oh, too far. I don't think that's a good idea now. He's got a potion, but I would think he would want to save it for a bit.
He does have, I think, another green potion as well. So, he might be able to get through this yet.
Ooh, just gotta... It's a little rough once you mess it up the first time, because then you've got the nerves. You're like, oh, I gotta hurry through this. But oh, he should be good there. He's just gotta drop the bomb and make sure there's about 1 pixel. There, he should have it right now. There we go.
There we go. Axe joining him in this dungeon, I see. So.
Oh boy.
Depending on how they route this, we might even see a high five happen.
Using bombos, definitely a good idea without hookshot or boots or anything. Definitely a great plan to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, if he only had that hookshot, it one-shots all of those, I don't know what they are, ducks? Penguins?
Moldy penguins. Ooh,
and as you can see, just trying to navigate this room without having the boots.
So now they both have cape. Oh man, these penguins are pretty deadly. At least they have blue mail. So, interesting, that is now the second item. 2 chests in, we have 2 out of 3 Ice Palace items. However, one of them is green rupee, the other one being the other one, of course, being the cape. So here, this is where the the hook shot is necessary, unless you know the bomb jump, which I think he might be trying, but he needs to be.
I think he's going to go for it.
Very careful about these jellyfish that are just trolling him right now. Oh. This one I think is the more challenging one to set up than the first one.
I believe so as well. I think at this point, if he's doing this bump jump, it's counted as a sequence break, so what he's doing isn't required for the logic.
But very nicely done.
Yeah, and if he gets through here now, then he won't have to do it later. So I'm not going to fault him for trying to break the sequence when he can.
Question in chat, is a pendant Ice Palace the only dungeon they can clear? Absolutely not. They currently also have access to complete Desert Palace, although it seems neither of them wants to do it at the moment.
Kohrek still not finding that third item in the chests here, so we'll have to see when it gets down to Cold Stare. Is he going to go down all the way for that last item, or is he going to panic and come back later?
And it looks like Ack is at the point where now he's going to be taking a death because doesn't have the ability to. Doesn't have the ability to get across there with half a heart. With only 1 heart.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't pick up potions on the way in like Kohrek did, so that's unfortunate.
So it looks like Ack is going back to Desert Palace, so we'll see if Lanmo is holding the one thing that's keeping them from progressing right now.
Oh, are we gonna see a fighter sword Cold Stare?
We just might. I hope we do. I'd like to see that.
I know that there's still... I think there's still 1 chest that Kohrek hasn't found. Hopefully that has the last item in it. Ice Palace is not even the green pendant, so that is not something you want to be having to fully complete if you don't have to.
No, especially not when you're doing a full clear. It takes a lot longer to go through and get every chest than if you're just running straight to Cold Stare.
Nice. Ack picking up some magic along the way. That's really good. I think he lost a bit in Ice Palace.
Yeah, he did. So Kohrek did find that third item, and it was just the blue boomerang. So he's going to get out of there. I don't think he'll be going back there for the rest of the match.
Yeah, unless there's a pendant, pedestal required. We won't be seeing Ice Palace again, at least for Kohrek.
No. Well, and I expect Ack would only check it as a last resort. And it's not got any progression for them.
Alright, so we're seeing a hammer Lanmo. Unfortunately, there we go, we've got a couple hits in here. It's a little bit difficult to actually get the hit off on these guys. You gotta hit them at the exact right time.
Yeah, I haven't myself tried to do this with the hammer. But I do know it does more damage, and that's got to count for something.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely better than Fighter Sword. Very nice. Takes care of 2. Ooh, doesn't get the 3rd hit in. Very nice. Alright, what is Lanmolis? Wow! Wow! Really?
That is not a helpful progression item for him.
Not at all.
So what does that leave?
Zora.
It does leave Zora, and Kohrek's visiting Houlihan room just to charge up for that.
I love how when you defeat that, it throws you out the front door, and if you had Cape to get in there, it's like, here, take some damage.
Yeah, I don't think the original developers ever thought that would be a case, but...
Alright, so I'm thinking that as a Zora trip would be ideal at this point. And it looks like Ack is probably about to fake flipper over there.
Yeah, that is the faster way to get up there.
I mean, I think he's gonna try to flipper over there and then realize very quickly he doesn't have the flippers. But looks like right at the end there, he figured out, oh, wait a second.
And Kohrek's heading, it looks like, back to Catfish for a rematch with that one tentacle monster.
He's about to find that he's just in for a little bit of love from the Catfish. So, Waterfall of Wishing, check, is, ooh, that's definitely a chest.
I think that's the Bonk Rocks normally.
I think so. Oh, and just 20 rupees, again, with these troll items. Alright, so we're seeing the Jesus walk here.
How does that trigger?
You have to have Moon Pearl and go fake flippering into the fountain of, or the Waterfall of Wishing. And when you come out of there, for some reason, it doesn't know what to do with you. So you get to walk on water. Of course, once you hit land, it automatically pops you out of it, but...
Interesting. Yeah, there's a number of weird glitches that emerge when you add them on top of each other.
Alright,
so let's hope the Zora gives something.
Give us something, please, Zora! The hook shot! Oh my god! That is something both players could have had so early on.
That would have been so much nicer for them in Ice Palace when they were in there.
Yeah, not only that, and I think that's unfortunately gonna lead Ack to go back to Ice Palace. And that's gonna be unfortunate, because we know that it's just trash in there now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hopefully, I know that also Swamp is there as well. That's Pod's dungeon is Swamp, but I don't think Ack has cleared, or I don't think he's drained the well. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Ack hasn't. Kohrek has, but of course, still neither of them have found the flippers, which is surprising after an hour. But I think this hookshot will lead them eventually to Misery Mire.
Now, when I don't think they've obviously not been able to check what the actual entrance requirement is for vanilla Misery Mire, but I'm trying to think of what dungeon is going to be in there at this point. If Misery Mines... Oh, it's got to be Thieves Town.
Oh, it could be Thieves Town or Hera or Pod.
Oh yeah, I keep
I think
forgetting
those
we
are all
haven't been to
options
Hera.
still.
But that now they actually potentially have access to get to the top of Death Mountain, hopefully, maybe, with that hookshot. They can check a few other caves, I think, on the other side that they haven't had access to yet.
That's possible. I haven't paid close enough to that maze of caves to know for sure.
Oh, unfortunately, Kohrek looks like he is heading towards getting his first crystal. And guys, we are 1 hour and 5 minutes in, and they are both getting their first crystal. Just consider that. At this point, these items have been so troll.
Yeah, I feel like it's only with the hookshot that they can actually progress through dungeons now.
And even still, not even be able to complete some of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's now 2 dungeons that they can finish after an hour of playing.
So, unfortunately, Ack is going to be picking up not anything particularly grand in Ice Palace. Kohrek is going to be picking up a green rupee here from Lan Moles. Oh, very nice. Bomb usage by Kohrek in Desert Palace here.
Yeah, getting the timing down on those is not an easy feat.
And it doesn't help that Lan Moles' RNG leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, they come out anywhere, go in so many different directions. It's very hard to actually get the bomb to hit them.
So I don't think either player has managed to find the hookshot cave.
No, I don't think they have. So I think that means it's somewhere on Death Mountain.
Oh, I love that damage boost through the door every time. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Alright, so what is Kohrek thinking now? Is he thinking Zora? Because I hope he's thinking Zora.
Looks like he might be heading back to the Dark World.
Yeah. Well, he needs rupees. So, depending upon where he knows that he's able to get rupees quickly, because of course all the fast locations were shuffled around, he might have gone over here just to find maybe the poultry or something. See if there's
That's
any,
a strong possibility.
see if there's any rupees from the tree up here. Nope. Nope, just walking right on by. Oh, there we go. Yeah, going back. Here we go. Trying to get that, was it 3rd tier?
Yeah, I
Third
think he's
tier.
racking up his kills.
Yeah, 3rd tier tree pull. Come on. Be goods.
Not what he needs at this moment.
Not at all. Well, that was disappointing. And 40 arrows. Oh, when Kohrek just going, what
Those
about
slashes
my
of anger.
rupees? Oh, unfortunately, not what he was looking for at all.
No. No, trying to come up with this last 100 rupees could take him a small bit of time here. I think he's just contemplating his next move right now.
I don't blame him. He's gonna need to figure out a way to get the remainder of those rupees.
I think he should be able to go back to the Houlihan room if he can activate that again.
I think it's empty once you go in there the first time.
Oh, it only works once.
Yeah.
That's a pain.
Yeah. Is he going? Oh. I think he's returned. Okay, yeah, he's going over there. I'm trying to remember where else in the game was places that he can get rupees. He might have opted to ignore a cave or not write down a cave that's got rupees because he just assumed that he'd be able to get some at another point, but yikes.
Yeah.
That is rough. Knowing that Zora has the item that he needs basically to continue, that sucks. And he doesn't know it. I mean, we know it.
We know it, though. At this point, I think he's pretty sure. I can't think of any other locations he can get to right now. But Ack has made his way into Meyer, so there are potential of 2 items in here, as well as the green pendant, which could be taken to Sahasrahla.
It's just amazing how literally all the dungeons that they have access to so far, except for, of course, Desert Palace, have been pendants.
Yeah, it's saying here, go in here and get an item, but you can't actually progress with it. Or you can't actually progress by beating this dungeon.
So, of course, they don't have the Cane of Samaria, which we know is sitting on top of Spectacle Rock.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So, Ack is not going to be able to complete Misery Mire, which means hopefully Vitreous is not holding on to that last item.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping for a pedestal seed. At this point, with the amount of times that they've been in pendant dungeons, it would be really nice.
Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for that as well. Who knows? We may see Meyer give out the mirror, which then is needed to go back and get that other item from Vitreous.
Oh, wouldn't that be troll?
That would be. I'm sorry I said that. Chat pointing out correctly, you can get through all the first area of Meyer without the cane, but to get to that last potential item at the boss, you do need Samaria to hold down one single switch.
Yeah, and Ack has to be careful not to take damage from these Wizrobes, because I believe they do 4 hearts of damage with Blue Mail. I could be mistaken, but it's not something that you... Misery Mire is not the dungeon you want to have to go back to the beginning of.
No.
And poor Kohrek is still searching for his mystery item, which we know is at Zora. But Misery Mire, I'm feeling, must have something. Well,
and there it is.
There it is! There's that mystery item that we're looking for. Poor Kohrek gets knocked around by the thief. His rupees go flying. He's racing to pick them up.
What a bully. So yeah, the mitts will open up a number of things for them right now, hey?
Absolutely.
I can think of Dark World Death Mountain, as well as starting that Smith fetch quest.
Yep. Hammer pegs as well is over there with the smiths. They didn't
That's
have access
correct.
to that before. There's also the Ice Palace entrance, which I don't know what it will be now. But, well, of course they'll fake Flipper to get there, but...
Yeah, nothing's going to require them to go that way, but for their own sanity, if they want to get something done, they might just switch to doing that.
Oh! 2 important items! Titan's mitts and the mirror! Goodness gracious, they can now get... You called that! The mirror in Misery Mire, so they have to get the cane, which is sitting up on the top of Death Mountain. That right there is a commentator's curse.
Yeah, I must apologize to the runners for doing that.
Well, at least they can get the cane of Samaria. Boy.
Not only can they get the cane, but they can also get now into the Tower of Hera, which might be a dungeon they can actually beat.
And Kohrek still looking for 500 rupees! Is just going through any cave possible at this point to try to find them. Poor guy!
Yeah, I'm really feeling for him at this moment.
Yeah, and he's gotta avoid those thieves because he doesn't want any more of his rupees stolen from him.
I've always considered the thieves just to be a minor nuisance, something that hits you but you don't really care, but in Kohrek's situation, they are literally the worst thing.
This is giving Ack a huge lead, though. The amount of places that Ack is going to be able to check while we're still looking for 500 rupees, unfortunately.
For instance, Hookshot Cave right here in its vanilla location.
Oh, that's really nice of it.
That's very kind of it. I think it was running out of spots it could be, but...
Well, I mean, so far the Hookshot Cave isn't being very nice. I mean,
no.
A bottle. But besides that, and I don't think paying 80 rupees is the best idea to try to get more rupees.
It's slow, but I do think you come out net positive over time.
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't. He lost. He lost 20 rupees.
All right, we're going to see him do this again. I think if everything goes perfectly, he can get 37 digs off playing this game. So
yeah, he's just got to get some
there's a lot
red
of rupee
rupees.
potential.
Oh, here we go.
This is better for him.
This is like roulette. I'm so intently watching this. As Ack picks up his cane of Samaria. No, why are you leaving that rupee behind?
I know it's only green, Kohrek, but I do think you need all the rupees you can get right now.
I think he's had enough. Alright, we found Pod, by the way, guys.
Now, for Ack's sake, I do hope this is a key, because if it's not, he will be stuck. But he can at least get into the rest of the dungeon for now.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Bo is the only... nope. I think Ice Palace is not in... What would be an Ice Palace at the moment?
It could still be Thieves' Town. It could still be the Tower of Hera, I think.
Okay, so potentially Flippers or Bow are what could be on the pedestal at this point. It cannot be the rods.
I think it could also be the flute.
That would require... No, I don't think so, because... Oh, yeah. Flute could also be on pedestal.
And
I keep forgetting that.
now I shouldn't have said that, because that's about the most evil thing, to make you run all around the world on foot to get to your dungeons.
And, I mean, if they find Flute, then they don't need the book for Desert Palace to check what's in that dungeon. Because they can just, Titan's Mitt and Mirror, which they
That's
found
right.
in Misery Mire, interestingly enough. Or at least acted. At the moment, we're still... Where did Kohrek lose more rupees?
I saw him duck into, I think, a fortune teller, but chat's also saying he tried the arrow game.
Oh.
Yeah, these are not
Kohrek.
always high return places.
As we watch Ack pick up a lot of rupees at Pod, oh my gosh.
I know he can't see what Kohrek's doing right now, but that does feel just a bit cruel.
Oh, 5 rupees? Hey, he's above 400 again! And the thing is, when Kohrek does get to Zora, imagine how he's going to feel.
Yeah, I think he's going to realize at that moment that, well, he might know it already, that he's quite a ways behind. But
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see him give up. I think he'll keep on with the race.
Yeah, and Kohrek picking up those potions beforehand, before going to Ice Palace, that would have been the difference now. He would actually have been able to buy the item from Zora.
He would have, yeah, it would have been quite a while ago.
Yeah, I can tell you, I've done it. I've bought potions before going to Zora, and yeah, it did not always exactly end well.
Oh no, he's going to try the chest game again.
No!
Oh!
Woo! That was good.
That's close enough.
Alright, hopefully... Nope, that's not what he's looking for. Oh, that's it! He's got 500 rupees off to Zora time! Let's
He
go!
can go there now. So Ack, while Kohrek was getting to 500, Ack has quit out of the Palace of Darkness. I think he ran out of chests he could unlock at the time, and he's not going to be back there till he gets the bow.
So, bow troll item. And the rough thing is we don't even know what's on pedestal. They still are with fighter sword. No master sword yet. It's insane. An hour and 23 minutes in, and still looking for a large amount of items.
Yeah.
For a second I wondered if Kohrek's muscle memory from picking up all those rupees might actually lead him to pick up that blue rupee, but looks like not.
So Ack's returning to Village of Outcasts, I think for the first time since he got those Titan's mitts. So there's a few options available to him now. Wonder if he's going to go for the Smith first, which is a long trek.
And I've already forgotten where Ganon is. That was the bat, right? Because we made jokes.
That's right.
Yeah.
The bat is actually in the bat cave.
Yeah. Alright, Hammer Pigs. Be good. Give us a rod. Maybe Fire Rod. That'll give him access to Skullwoods, the final area. Whatever's in there, at least. Oh! Well, this is a nice find.
5 chests here.
Well, there's a pretty good chance for Rod in here. Hopefully. Nope. Just the single and the silver arrows and the fire rod. Well, this is where they hit all the goods.
Yeah. Well, the fire rod's about the only actual progression here, but having silvers means they don't have to worry about that, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, still with fighter sword, if they manage to find the bow, that'll be really nice to have.
Yeah, you almost don't need a higher level sword if you can go around one-shotting enemies with silvers.
Exactly. And with having 45 plus arrows.
Yeah, the game has not been light on the arrow upgrades.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to know? Oh, here we go. Kohrek's throwing the bombs in Zora. Poor guy, he's so frustrated at this point.
Alright, let's see. I think he knows at this point he's quite a ways behind, but let's see how much time he can make up if he goes straight to Meyer.
He's not going straight to Meyer, I don't think.
Oh no.
He's not. Where are you going? He's going in the swamp. He doesn't know he doesn't have the flippers. Kohrek, please turn around.
Kohrek, please don't.
Oh, wait. Okay, he's not going there. Where is he going? Wait, no, he's definitely going to swamp. Oh no! Or wait, isn't Ice Palace the one that was in Pod?
I can't remember. I think Ice Palace was the Light World one.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it was in Pod. I stopped tracking that because I didn't think they'd go back.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm pretty sure this is Ice.
I think
but
so,
I'm curious, because he's already gotten everything from Ice. Maybe he thinks this leads to Swamp?
Perhaps.
Oh, Ice was Eastern. That's Swamp. Okay. Oh.
Alright, so for a bit more clarity, Ack is actually going to Skullwoods. And I feel confident in saying that.
Well, I think he realized he didn't have the flippers. Because he quit.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Thieves Town. 4 items in Thieves Town. We're still missing Ice Rod and the bow. And I think that... Oh, and potentially the flute? I think we have to find the flute at this point.
The flute and 2 medallions still. Either of which could come in handy.
He just tried to hookshot that... He just tried to hookshot that skull and it bounced off.
Interesting.
I definitely thought that you could hookshot that.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. And so did he.
So if this is... Where was... So Mothula's in the dam, right? In the Dark World?
I think so, yes.
Swamp was? Okay, yeah. So we have... Oh, bunny beamed. So we have Thieves Town here, which means Tower of Hera. We still don't know what that is. Turtle Rock is Turtle Rock. Potentially. Very nice use of the hookshot, though, by Ack.
Yeah, so the one entrance dungeons we haven't seen so far are, I think, Eastern and Tower of Hera. So one of them will be in Misery Mire, and I think the other's at Ice Palace, based on what we've seen.
Well, we haven't seen... Oh, yeah. You're right. Never mind, ignore me. So Kohrek is gonna find himself the Titansmiths and the mirror in here. And I think at that point, I would be concerned. At 1 hour and 30 minutes in.
Concerned about?
Like, concerned where my opponent is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although
because of the Zora taking forever to find and it leading to Titansmiths and the mirror and basically opening up a lot more locations, that would concern me substantially. Depending upon how early my opponent checked this place. Woo.
Yeah, no, it's got to be concerning for him. Interestingly, Ack checked a ton of places, but aside from the Peg Cave, didn't really come up with any items for that lead. So depending on Kohrek's routing, he may not be out of this just yet.
Absolutely.
But if he goes back and checks those same locations, which were all good bets, then that may just set him further behind.
So Hyrule Castle would be at what, Desert Palace now?
Or Turtle Rock.
Oh. Boy, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, I think it's 50-50 whether Turtle Rock is going to be at Turtle Rock or at Desert Palace.
Oh, please don't. No! Kohrek! No! He grabbed the mirror, but he didn't grab the Titansmiths! Oh no! Kohrek, go back!
Oh no! I think they were in the vanilla big key chest.
Oh no, yes they were! Kohrek, no!
Oh, this could hamper him.
That is not
This is
good.
really gonna hurt.
Oh, that is not good.
While we were commiserating over Kohrek, Ack did go into the big chest in Thieves Town and come up with the flippers, so I guess now he won't be doing some of those fake flipper sequence breaks anymore.
Yep, and we'll be able to get into Swamp. Officially be able to complete it.
That's right.
And having a very nice blind fight. Very well done. And gets rewarded with, unfortunately, 20 rupees. To be honest, I was hoping that he would find Ice Palace, oh my god. That he would find Ice Rod in there.
I would be very impressed if Blind was concealing all of Ice Palace. But yeah, Ice Rod would have been a nice find there.
Well, Kohrek is picking up the Cane of Samaria. I'm a lot more comfortable with that. Hoping that he's gonna go back to Misery Mire. Alright, Tower of Hera. Oh, that's where Pod is.
Yeah, Ack was in here and I don't think really came up with anything.
No, unfortunately not. It is a crystal dungeon, so it is required, but no bow means no, not being able to complete it, at least at this point.
Yeah, Ack did clear the entire left side, except for the big chest, and I think that means the big key's down in the right side at the start.
Yeah, I'm really nervous for Kohrek. Once he goes through here and finds nothing, where is that going to lead him? Because he still has the ability to check some overworld locations now that he has the mirror. But how long is it going to take him to go back to get those Titansmiths from Misery Mire? That could be a really big issue for him.
Yeah, if Mire was a crystal dungeon, I'd say, don't worry, he's going back there right away. But and that's why he went to get the cane. But since it's only a medallion, he may not have that incentive.
Exactly. So it looks like Ack is going to... I believe there's a small cave over here.
There are
That's
three
in the
caves total
oh,
here.
3 caves.
Yeah, I think some of the chat has taken to calling this the Dark World Strip Mall because they've seen it be 3 caves, 3 shops.
Isn't that interesting? Oh, dropping bombs. All right, let's see. What do we have? So far, a great fairy. Let's have a cup of tea. Oh
All right,
man, I could
tea
really
break,
use
everyone.
a cup of tea. Grab your drinks. So that's I'm pretty sure that was one of those ladies' houses, the ones that call the guard on you.
Yeah, and then an arrow mini game. So not a great place for him today.
So, but having the Titansmiths, we're probably going to see an Ice Palace check here right away.
Yeah, and if it ends up being Hera, he can complete that right now.
Absolutely. That would be ideal. Hopefully it's not Eastern. I think
that would just be the icing if it was another dungeon that they can't complete yet.
I know. Oh, well, it's Eastern.
Oh, no.
Oh, of course it's Eastern. Something is missing. The big key. Oh, Kohrek. Oh, Kohrek. Please. Let my words reach you. Go back to Misery Mire. Oh, I can't imagine what Kohrek is thinking right now. I'm thinking that he's thinking Misery Mire because he's back over here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he didn't miscount, and he was just hoping that the mirror would be what he needed. Stepping out when you have the mirror and that much opens up is actually a reasonable gamble.
But he does still have a couple overworld locations, so he might be doing those. Like he could do the place that's behind the graveyard in the sanctuary area. He can also do the ledge, the flower ledge that's south of the Haunted Grove.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, those are on for him, no question.
So he can go do those also require that that entrance there to the Dark World. So I'm still hoping for Misery Mire.
Yeah, and if he has an accurate count and he knows there's still an item there, he'll probably be back in shortly.
No! Don't go that way!
I should not have spoken.
Oh no! Oh, the book! Hello! Ack can now check pedestal. Still can't check. Well, he can check Bombos and Ether tablets, just can't actually grab them yet.
Yeah, they'll if he doesn't have the Master Sword, they'll tell him what's supposed to be there.
Wouldn't it be silly if they had both sword upgrades?
And then the last sword upgrade was hiding somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, in order for them to get
be infuriating.
Oh my god, that seems to be the way this seed is going, though. Like on pedestal. Oh my god, pedestal swords to unlock the rest of the swords. Boy, that's something. Alright, so last item in Eastern Palace was the Cane of Berta.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, to say the least. every new location you hope, oh, maybe I can actually clear this place, but that's not what they're seeing today.
Nope, not at all. So, I wonder where he's gonna go now.
Kohrek showing off the little-known route that you can use to navigate all the way through that Dark World cemetery, even if you don't have the mitts or the boots.
Yeah, it's amazing how they don't have boots yet. And I think Ack might start the blacksmith chain. What a trip this is gonna be. Has to go all the way down.
This is going to be a long walk for him.
Yeah, it has to go all the way to Agina's cave. It might have been easier for him to just save and quit, but he does have to check this location here with the flowers.
Yeah, he's got to check this location. If he wants to, he can stop off at that tablet on the way and see what's hiding there.
Oh, just fairies. So, there we go. Now he's saving and quitting. Oh, Kohrek! Yes! He's back in Misery Mire! Guys! He's back in the race! Oh my goodness. I just want to point out that they are 1 hour, 40 minutes in and have 2 crystals. I'm very curious as to where Ack is going with this blacksmith.
Yeah, if my notes are right, the blacksmith is over where Agina's cave would normally be.
Yes, I think that he is mistaken on where he's going.
Oh, I think he may have just mixed up Sahasrara and Agina in his notes. When you're running a race this long with this many things you have to keep track of, it's easy to make one of those note mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. It might have been faster just to save and quit again.
At this point, perhaps.
Alright, and blacksmith, that was the old fortune teller's hut. On our left over here, you see the entrance to where Swamp used to be. Oh, he's going to Dark World. Interesting. Oh, he's checking Bombos. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very little out of his way, and at least one thing he can set his mind straight over.
Alright, Kohrek, this is it! The moment you get those Titans mitts! And there it is! Kohrek officially gets the Titans mitts.
Standing in a bit of complication, some anger slash is coming out of him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, Quake. Quake is on... Quake is on Bombo's tablet.
Oh.
We don't know... Do we know what Turtle Rock and Misery... Well, we definitely don't know what Misery Mire requires, but...
No, we don't know either one. And just 10 arrows from the smiths. So Quake could be needed, or it could be something they don't need.
Oh, Turtle Rock.
And we won't know
Quake.
for a while yet. Oh,
Quake is
Turtle Rock
apparently
is
needed
Quake.
to enter Turtle Rock. Oh my god. Well, they need a sword somewhere. I hope it's at the Ether Tablet. Oh, well, here's Turtle Rock, which
Here's
is
Turtle
another,
Rock.
another pendant dungeon, of course.
Of course. So I think that puts Hyrule Castle up where Turtle Rock would normally be, so... I don't think they'll need that Quake. I think it's pretty rare that they need to go all the way to the castle just for this.
Well,
or just for one
they
more
still. Well, it's not. I don't know. They potentially need the flute, and they'll need ice rod. It's because Turtle Rock is. Oh no, Turtle Rock is an actual pendant, so they don't actually need ice rod.
Yeah, thank goodness they're not chasing the ice rod down on top of everything else they're trying to do.
Oh, but they still need the bow. So bow and flute at this point are what they're looking for. And whatever the medallion is that's required to open Misery Mire.
That's right.
So, I'm trying to think, in Hyrule Castle, there is 5 items? I believe. But I think that includes the escape. So -3, so that would be 3 extra items that you can have there. Oh boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, they definitely need a sword upgrade.
So Kohrek's using his mitts now to check Dark World Death Mountain. And he'll find Hookshot Cave here, but of course, we know that it's not too great for him.
No. So it looks like Kohrek is doing a lot of the same routing that Ack did when Ack first got the Titan's mitts. I'm going for quantity of items, I guess, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Hookshot Cave should be always on Death Mountain.
No, I think it can be in a number of different places.
Oh, okay.
But certainly, that was one of the last places Hookshot Cave could even be for them. So, heading up there, if you're pretty certain about it, is a good choice.
Yeah, boy, it's this is definitely going to be interesting. All of the items that they're missing can be at the pedestal.
That's right, they can be at the pedestal or in a Hyrule Castle hiding up.
Or given to you by a witch.
Oh, no.
Ack picking up the mushroom in Turtle Rock. Interesting.
Yeah, the witch's hut was in the Dark World by the Lumberjack's house, or where the Lumberjack's house would be. So, I think they both came across that location.
Ooh. Oh, very nice full magic refill there. Kohrek still doesn't have the flippers, so is opting to fake flipper over here. To check and see, he's going to be very disappointed to find that it's Eastern, but at least he can do a little bit of it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there was a book in here.
That's right, he'll get the book and maybe head over to Turtle Rock like Ack's in right now.
Oh, and a bug net. Look at this. Finally getting a bug net. So he's able to pick up fairies. We've seen a lot of fairy fountains, but they've just been a big tease at the moment because he can't actually pick anything up. It'd be really nice if he found the boots about now.
Yeah, the boots don't actually save that much time over a run, but they certainly make it feel like it's going faster.
So question in chat, is Turtle Rock always together like this? If I'm not mistaken, the other difficulty, definitely not.
Yeah, the other difficulty, it can be spread out quite a bit, but here it's always going to be that same dungeon with 4 entrances. Or it'll stick to one dungeon with 4 entrances.
Can you kill Trinex without Ice Rod? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, you are required to have Ice Rod to kill Trinex. Alright, so we have our laser skip room here with our super shield, which gives us a burrito so far. Hopefully it does not get Ice Rod, because that could lead to... Oh!
There we go.
Oh my goodness. Bo in the laser skip room in Turtle Rock. What a troll. You know, every time I see Axe, Axe save names, I think of that song, What is Love, or whatever.
Yeah, that's been in my head for a couple of hours now.
So now, by the way, chat, I hope you enjoy that, because you will have that stuck in your head now for the good remainder of this run.
I know what I'm listening to first thing when this race ends.
All right, so
with bow in hand, go ahead.
Now, I was about to say, so Kohrek's picking up his Cane of Burna, but unless he goes to Desert Palace next, we could see Ack taking a bit of a lead now with bow in hand, able to complete Pod and Eastern now.
Yeah, this isn't go mode for him, but at least it's 2 straightforward dungeons he can just clear and maybe stop getting so frustrated for a little bit.
I'm trying to think, but looks like basically Flute is what we're looking for at this point. And the sword upgrade, of course. I would think that it would be a good idea to check Swamp. I know that Swamp isn't a dungeon that you want to do all of at that point, but you know, there's 6 potential items in there, so
oh yeah,
it's find something good.
It's a valid play, absolutely. I think any of the 3 dungeons Ack can do right now are strong plays, but this also gives them another check at the tablet.
Oh, just couch. Couch cash. Oh my gosh, apparently I can't speak. So there we go. Kohrek picking up his fire rod, his silver arrows. But he's a bit behind. He's got a lot of time to make up now. He's got to do all of Turtle Rock to get to that bow. Complete Thieves Town. I just can't believe how these dungeons have basically made it. Like, you could not enter Desert. You could not enter Desert without the book, but the book was in Eastern. And you couldn't complete in Eastern without... Or sorry, you couldn't enter Turtle Rock, which is at Desert, but nevertheless. You couldn't complete Eastern without the bow, which was in Turtle Rock, which you needed the book for, which was in Eastern.
Yeah. And just getting into Eastern required the gloves and the flippers.
And getting the Cane of Samaria required you to go to the Misery Mire, which you normally wouldn't go into without the Cane of Samaria, because Mirror was in Misery Mire.
I'll be very curious to look at the spoiler log after this and see how many places were in the chain that was required to beat this game.
I am really curious as well.
But yeah, as for go mode at this point, for Ack, it's just the flute and whatever medallions needed to get into Mire. And we won't see what that is until the flute comes out.
I think at this point the only thing that it could be is Tower of Hera, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
It is a required dungeon.
And chat pointing out, yes, they're also going to need a sword at some point. Though at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw most of the sword upgrades in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, with how this scene's been going.
And that's based on anecdotal observation of what the logic's doing these days. Every so often, it does just throw them all in Ganon's tower.
And Ack having silver arrows is going to have a decent fight with Helmasaur at least, because it'll just be removing the mask and then one hit to the jewel with the silver arrow.
Yeah, that's good, because I wouldn't want to do this fight with only the fighter's sword at the end.
Yeah. Taking a little bit of damage from the fireballs, but he just needs a couple more hits here on the mask. And very nicely done. And what do we get? Just a Pizza Heart.
Yeah, so a third crystal for him, which is valuable, but still not finding that last flute.
Nope.
And he does have that one item left in the big chest that he's going to go for now.
Yeah, he's got a long trek ahead of him.
I feel a bit bad for Kohrek, like we've not been commenting on him for a few minutes. Unfortunately, that's what happens when he's running a path that we saw a bit earlier, but he will be getting those flippers soon.
Yeah, that'll be nice for him. No more fake flippering, and it will lead him to Swamp, potentially. I mean, there's a lot that he's got open at this point, but I think Swamp would be a decent place to check at the moment. The only thing is, we know that unfortunately, Laser Skip Room is where the bow is at the moment, so he has to head to Desert, or where I guess Turtle Rock is.
So Ack did find the powder just now, which does unlock one item in the Batcave, but I can't recall if we've seen the actual Batcave at any point.
I believe we have. I haven't seen the actual bat, but I believe I saw the exit for the bat. I had asked what it was, and because I didn't recognize it. But now that I think about it, yeah, they definitely saw the Batcave. I just do not recall where it was. All I know is I hope he doesn't fall into the original Batcave, because he's going to be in for a rude awakening pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And Kohrek picking up his flippers.
Oh, that's right. I think the Batcave was right in here, where Ack's going.
Ah, yes, that's right. Alright, what are we gonna get? Is it gonna finally be a sword upgrade? Or a flute? Oh, no, it's the red mail. Eggplant hat.
So that's not useless, and I'm sure with how much of the run they have left to do, that'll come in handy, but boy, you want that to be something a bit better than the mail.
They're like, oh, well, I guess you've been doing... Oh, be careful. Oh, very well done, Kohrek. With one heart able to defeat Blind and gets his second crystal. But you would think that the game's just basically saying at this point, yeah, we're not giving you a sword, so here's, what is that? I want to say complimentary, but that's not the right word that I'm thinking.
No, well, complimentary works.
Yeah.
I think Ack's going to head back into Swamp now. since finally he's able to do something there.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Ack hasn't come here a long time ago. I guess just not wanting to complete the dungeon in its entirety makes sense, because it is a lot longer if you have to search through everything. But
yeah, it's about twice as long. So if you can gamble on another dungeon and get what you need there, then maybe you won't have to search through here. But they're going to have to search.
oh, consolation. There we go. Thank you, chat. Oh my gosh, what would I do without you? Consolation prize. That's the word I was looking for. Alright, first chest in swamp. Not a sword, but at least refills his hearts.
So I know it was a while ago, but did we see the runners get 2 items out of Skullwoods earlier? Because Kohrek's going back in now, and he's going to take on Mothula.
I don't think that they did.
So you think Mothula might have something for them?
Potentially. I don't recall. Oh, needs a key. Oh. Oh. Fighter sword Mothula. Oh boy.
I think Kohrek still has a green potion somewhere.
That's good. Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Well, that green potion officially is no more. Oh, no! Oh, Kohrek! That last second grab! Wow!
Oh, that must be infuriating in his spot right now.
Oh, I don't even know. He's got a blue potion, but that's the last thing you want to use when you need that magic for Mothula. Not only that magic, you need the hearts. Mothula is not a fun fight. He's going to be able to pick up a little bit of magic in here. So, there's one at the bottom, which he's going to grab. Very good idea.
Yeah, and there will be 2 in the next room, so he won't be entirely without magic. Looks like Ack is going for the full clear of Swamp Palace right now, so he's doing a bit of a detour to get those 2 chests on the left side.
Alright, so nicely done by Kohrek, grabbing at least enough magic where he's going to be able to get a couple shots off here on Mothula before having to use that potion.
Yeah, it won't be an easy fight, but I think he'll be able to take them out, or take it out just fine.
No, but he's doing an excellent job so far with just the fighter sword. Unfortunately, Spike's RNG is not the greatest.
I am a fan of the way he's starting that fight with the sword before it gets too chaotic, so that he can save the magic for when things are really flying everywhere.
Like now.
I just hope he drinks his potion.
Oh, he's doing the red potion,
Yep.
so he's going to try to do fighter sword as much as possible.
Oh, there
and
it is.
Nails it. Good job. Excellent fight for Kohrek. And oh boy, Ack unfortunately picking up both the compass and the map on this side. That is not what he, or no, sorry, I was wrong. 300 rupees, I think, and the map. So not anything that was really worth anything on this side.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when you spend that much time clearing left side swamp and you come up with nothing, but when you're still searching for that one item, you have to check everywhere.
Yep, absolutely. So where is this flute? What a crazy situation. Wouldn't it be silly if Trinix had the flute? And, like, Ice Rod was in here or something. That would be, like, something this seed would do, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking flute could be with Trinix, flute could be with Sahasrahla, flute could be inside the pyramid.
Yeah, flute could be anywhere at this point. It's crazy. Flute could be at pedestal.
Oh, right, there is that possibility as well.
Still no flute.
And that's right to chat. Flute could be exactly where it is in the vanilla game, because we haven't seen that shovel come up yet.
Alright, Argus looks like the last potential place to get an item here. Swamp has so far come up pretty dry. Nothing even slightly of worth in here.
No, I mean, 300 rupees would have been great for both runners at the start of the race, but at this point it's not helping them.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right, I thought I saw somebody had picked up shovel earlier, but I guess not.
No, I'm not seeing it. And Axe going through menus pretty aggressively right here.
Yeah, looks like we're getting the swordless strats. No master sword, so definitely the way to go. But doing a very excellent job. Nice menu for this, by the way. Having only to go left and then right, and then, or sorry, left and then down, and then up and then right, makes that significantly quicker than it normally is.
Yeah, this is a very technical bit of menuing, and as weird as that sounds to say, it's hard to do this consistently like he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Not making any mistakes or anything, and grabbing out that bow. We might see a silver arrow kill here. And
there we are.
Done. Come on, Argus. Well, that was not at all what we were hoping for. There was the compass.
Well, at least that's a fourth crystal for him.
Oh and my god. Yeah.
He's still got Eastern, he's still got Skull Woods. Both of those are available to him. And yeah, the big key chest is still in there.
Well, hopefully it gives him something good. Like a sword.
Yeah, once again they're reaching the point where they're running out of locations they can actually get to check for things.
Oh my gosh, and it's a 20 rupees. Well,
oh, that's frustrating.
And I'm trying to think of Eastern Palace. Like, I know that they can do Eastern Palace, but they found Cainaberna in there. They found the book, and I don't recall if they found a third item, but I'm pretty sure that they got all the items from Eastern. I could be I could be mistaken, but
yeah, I can't recall either. But
there was a lot of people in different places at that time that we hadn't seen yet, so I wasn't able to keep an eye on all the chests.
That's right. Ack is going to do the mushroom trade in here, which is at least one guaranteed item he can find, even if it's not something that progresses him.
So apparently, chat is confirming Eastern is clear. So the only thing that they're going to get at Eastern is going to be a crystal, but it's Crystal 5. And Crystal 5 was at Eastern Palace. Swamp Palace was Crystal 6. That'll open up where the Pyramid Fairy normally would be. Whatever that is now, we haven't seen.
If they can find the bomb shop, which I can't remember finding in this race so far. So it looks like Ack is going for the purple chest.
I think also the witch's hut was somewhere nearby here. Or does it?
Yeah, the witch's hut is up north, where the lumberjack's hut would be in the
Oh,
light world.
yes. So I think he might be going
like
there.
He's headed there.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm hoping that Kohrek heads to Desert Palace after this. Oh, and unfortunately getting that glitch where you walk back down the stairs, that is infuriating sometimes.
That's a nasty little bug. And there's the flute.
Flute! We finally have access to at least the last dungeon.
Yeah.
That is great. It's so both items are in Turtle Rock that Kohrek needs. Kohrek needs the mushroom, which is in Turtle Rock, as well as the bow, which is also there.
And I
So
think
if he would have, sorry.
Oh, Ack's going to return this chest, and then he'll be heading into the mire area, and at that point we'll find out if he's in go mode or not. Well, I shouldn't say go mode, because he still won't have a second sword.
Yeah, he definitely needs at least the Master Sword. We don't know the medallion either, so this could be interesting, because I don't think... Well, you can use a medallion with only the fighter sword. You just can't activate the statues to get them. So... Oh boy, and the purple chest at 20 rupees. I think SM Bai generated this seed, and
he generates all the seeds for the tournament.
Yeah, we need more seeds like this apparently.
And it's a bombos entrance, so he can get into there.
Oh. For a second, I thought that was Misery Mire's entrance, so I was like, wait, why is that not what it's supposed to be?
That would be frightening to come upon right now.
Well, there's the sick kid. No wonder you're sick, you're hanging around the mire all day. I guess he's just looking for a sword at this point, hoping that any of these places are gonna hold it.
Yeah, when you need that to make any serious progress still. There is the bee shop.
Alright, so into Misery Mire right away. I think, what is this one? Oh, another shop. Wow.
Before my next commentary, I need to sit down and count how many shops there are in this game.
Yeah, there is quite a few apparently. And Kohrek picking up his next crystal. That'll give him 4 crystals as well. So they're both now tied on crystal count. The only major difference is Ack having both the bow and the flute will give him an advantage here, as Kohrek needs to find those, which are both sitting in Turtle Rock at the moment. Well, both, I guess, the mushroom is sitting in Turtle Rock, which gives him the flute. So
Yeah, he can keep clearing dungeons. Oh no, he doesn't have the bow. He can't clear dungeons.
yeah, he can't do Eastern or Pod, and he can't get to Tower of Hera, which is in Mire. So I'm thinking he might go to Turtle Rock, which could be desert, but he might start the blacksmith chain right now, which I don't think he's done yet. Yeah. He really needs to head to Turtle Rock if he wants to keep up with Ack.
Yeah, that's his only way forward at this point, and it will get him through, well, the rest of the game except for a sword upgrade.
So, and we know that Skull Woods isn't holding a sword upgrade. So, that's the only dungeon difference that Kohrek has that Ack does not. So I'm trying to figure out. It looks like all these swords are just going to be sitting in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, that's what it's starting to look like, unless a lot of them are held by either the pedestal or Sahasrahla. That's about what's left for them.
Oh, that would be troll. That would be really troll.
Now,
but neither of them have checked the pedestal.
No. The good news is those two locations are only 2 swords, so that still leaves one where you don't have to clear another dungeon.
So one more hit needed on Moldorm here. Very well done for Ack.
Very clean fight on Moldorm.
And it looks like Kohrek is heading to Turtle Rock. So we're going to see him pick up that mushroom and pick up the bow as long as he goes all the way through. Alright. Ack is now going to be heading to, I think this is Eastern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is Eastern, and Skull Woods is just next door in the Dark World, over where the swamp should normally be.
Oh yes,
So,
that's right.
clearing either of these 2 dungeons is fine right now.
I'm trying to remember. I think the mushroom was the vanilla big key chest.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, so Kohrek has a little bit to get to that, but has to go all the way anyways because of the bow being in the laser skip room.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll head down and grab that mirror shield from the ledge. I think he saw that it was there before he came inside this dungeon.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Eastern has already been cleared of items, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, unfortunately getting bodied a little bit by the Igors here. But has more than enough hearts to make it through Eastern Palace.
Yeah, in vanilla you're coming in here with, I think, just the 4 hearts, but...
Yeah, you got the 3 and then the 1 Sank Heart. Which I
So-
don't think we've seen Sank Heart yet.
I don't think we have, no. So 11 hearts and red mail, I think he'll be able to beat this fight.
And silver arrows.
Yeah, that makes it go about 3 times as fast.
Alright, here we go. Armos time. and grabs the compass and the next crystal. So the only Skull Woods remaining. I definitely agree with leaving that for the end, because you hope that you find a sword along the way. But unfortunately, not so much. So Kohrek did just pick up that mushroom now, so that's going to lead him, we know, to Flute. Hopefully he actually goes and checks where that is.
Yeah, Ack checked a lot of overworld locations before he ended up going to the witch's hut for that. So Kohrek could make up a bit of time if he goes straight towards that. But it may not be enough. There's a pretty large deficit right now.
Especially because one of those is Pod. Tower of Hera is not too long. Eastern Palace is not too long. But Pod is a bit of a trek to get to the boss.
Yeah, he's beaten the whole left side, but he also hasn't gotten that big chest, which was only the powder. So if he goes back in for that, he'll be spending a lot of time at Pod.
Yeah. So I don't think Ack picked up any potions along the way. So this might be another Fighter Sword Mothula fight.
I think he's still got the original green potion that was in a bottle when he picked it up at the start. So
Oh, very nice then.
yeah, this will make it easy for him.
I really want to know what is on the pedestal at this point. Because they've gotten a lot of rupees. I'm pretty sure almost all of the arrow upgrades at this point.
Yeah, there's still a lot it could be. I guess it can't be the ice rod, but it could be the boots or either of the medallions. Or the trolliest of sword upgrades.
Yeah. I'm just really curious as where boots are. And very nicely done, Ack, taking out Mothula. That is our 7th crystal right there. So we are going to be heading towards Vanilla Ganon's Tower location. Chat, I'm looking at you guys. Where is the big key?
You know, we don't get to play this game usually in entrance shuffle because they're entering Ganon's Tower so early and without the stuff to complete it, but it works here. So Saku, why don't you explain what this little game is and why everyone's typing random numbers into the chat?
In Ganon's Tower, there is 22 locations that the big key can be, depending upon, of course, what direction they decide to go. It's just a little game for us to, you know, try to see who is correct on where this key is located in here. Who gets to have the honor of being the correct guesser.
And where do you always guess it is?
7 every time.
Well, I'm going to stick with it being Bob's chest, that chest right above the Ice Armos room. And only because that's the first time I ever saw it. So it's got to always be there, right?
I would really like it to be on the torch. I'm not gonna lie.
I won't lie either. That would be about the worst twist they could get at this point. But I would enjoy it.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of trying to get up here. Remembering which cave it was to get to the top. That would throw me off.
Yeah, it looks like Ack took really good notes, so he was able to navigate up there quickly.
Oh, I'm excited. So generally the traditional route is to check the first 2 chests on the right side here, the ones that Ack is going to check right now. Oh, Master Sword! There we go, for sword upgrades at least. Oh!
I think we're now in go mode.
Ack is going right side. So, interesting. Getting both keys, or yeah, sorry, getting a key early on, able to access this part right off the bat. So it is quicker if you need to get to Ice Armos.
And skipping through that tile room now that he knows he's not going to need another sword upgrade. It's not a fun fight, but you can easily beat Ganon with the Master Sword.
So our guesses might be a little off. Well, there's the Tempered Sword! And the big key! Wow! Look at that! So what even is that? What number of chests is that?
He's gonna keep
4?
pressing on. I think that was 4.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the key from underneath there.
Right, you do need 1 key when you're heading up the tower. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah, I think that was chest 4. Because you got Master Sword, small key, Tempered Sword, big key.
That sounds right.
So for those of you who guessed 4, congratulations! You've won... nothing.
You win the satisfaction of knowing you were right for this race.
Yeah, exactly.
And probably don't use that guess in another race because it won't work again.
Now, do you think Ack is gonna check any of the chests inside going up Ganon's tower?
You know, I don't think he will. I think that Tempered is more than enough to beat Ganon, and at this point he's probably just a bit afraid of where his opponent is, so he wants to save every second he possibly can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see. He may make a liar out of me. He's the one running this race.
As Kohrek heads into the basement of Pod, he's still looking for that flute. So he hasn't been to the witch yet, which is where we really need him to go. But at this point, it is... I'm actually thinking Ack checked the east part of Ganon's tower early because I think that he thinks that Kohrek is probably ahead, and he had to make some gambles to make up for it.
Yeah, going to the right side first is usually the gamble. There's a few less chests there, so it's checked first less often, but it did pay off for him in this case, though
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think that made the difference.
Doing the Kena Samaria kill there. One of my favorite parts of Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I used to hate that room when I was a lot younger and worse at this game, and now it's one of my favorites.
And Kohrek having silver arrows is going to make quick work of Helmasaur. GG, defeating Helmasaur, getting himself a Pizza Heart, and his next crystal. Just needs Tower of Hera, which is at Misery Mire, which he currently is able to get if he goes to the witch.
Yeah, it'll just be a question of, is that his first priority, or does he try some other stuff first?
Yeah, that is the ultimate question. Half magic, very nice.
Bit late to find that in the run, especially with a blue potion near it, but I don't think they'll complain about finding it.
Yeah, Ganon has some really nice chests. Sword upgrades, bottles of blue potions. Ooh, Ack getting knocked down, unfortunately. Ooh, and it looks like Kohrek is checking the magic bat.
So he'll get some red mail out of this. A nice consolation prize, I think the word is, we decided on.
Yes, consolation prize. You were looking for a sword, but instead, here is your consolation red mail. So looks like a heart container in validation chest.
For all we know, that might have been the sanctuary heart.
Yeah. Well, he took damage when he fell, I think. So unless he powdered the anti-fairy, he should have actually
I think he did. He was at full health before he opened the chest. A nice 3-hit there.
Oh, very nice fight so far. Getting only one blue ball, gets a triple double single here.
That was very well fought by him. If it weren't for that blue ball, he would have had a triple double, or a double triple.
A triple triple. Which is actually a type of coffee where I live. Yeah, that was actually the perfect Aghanim 2 fight. He hit every possible thing back.
Yeah, that was some strong execution, which is impressive to see after 2.5 hours of racing.
So, Ack now jumping down into the Ganon fight. I'll try spinning it. That's a good trick.
Good old episode 1.
Ganon being cheerleader, just swinging his baton around over there. Cheering Ack on to the finish line. So 12 hits needed with a tempered sword. Gonna make really quick work with this half magic cape. Oh, gets the hit off, so at least he's gonna get the drop, but takes the fire bat too, so he's gonna get another fire bat here. As Kohrek heads into Eastern to take care of Armos, I still don't believe he has the flute.
No.
Question in chat, where do you fall off when you go to the side? You actually fall down the same place you would originally, but you come out the entrance that you would for the magic bat.
And there it is.
And GG for Ack. Completing his Ganon fight. Let's wait for him to walk in here. And completing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 25 seconds. Congratulations, sub 240?
Sub 235.
Yeah, sub 235, there we go.
Yeah, a very long race from him, but very well run. And Kohrek's still making his way through, has not given up yet.
Nope, absolutely not. We have not seen any forfeit or anything, and I know that Kohrek has seen that Ack has completed because he said in the chat, "Wait till you see the VOD," is all I can say. So, poor guy.
Poor guy. At least he has a bit of a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as Ack comes into the Discord, I'll drag him in here so we can get a nice interview. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Ack who had gone in. It was Ack who had gone in to Desert Palace first and not grabbed the Titan's mitts.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Here comes Ack. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
I know it probably feels. I know you're probably shaking and whatnot, but wow, what a race! What a troll seed that was.
Yeah, well done. You've covered Hyrule about 8 times back and forth.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I loved getting up top the mountain. Was a bootless spiral cave. That was fun doing that over and over again.
Yeah, it was definitely something. No boots. You were fighter sword the whole way through, pretty much, until Ganon's tower. I'm really curious as to where the boots were.
I think Kakariko Well was the in the pyramid. If I were to guess, they were probably there. I mean, I don't think there were very many spots left to check. They could have been at the pedestal too, I suppose.
That's a pretty good guess. They were in Cack Well.
Oh, wow, what a troll.
So
Oh,
not
boy.
available at all until the very end of the game.
Yeah.
That was-
Better
They'll
Sword
say-
was, I think it was in the Stelphos room
Lovely.
in GT.
Wow, that is just unreal. What do you think about having to go into Eastern Palace to find the book, and then go to Turtle Rock to find the bow, to go back to Eastern Palace to kill the Armos Knights?
Honestly, by the time I found the book, I think I had just given up all hope of like any normal routing, because I'd started you off like go into Pendant Ice Palace. I guess you didn't need to go into Pendant Ice Palace, but that seemed like the most logical. Then it was like, all right, just go grab your other key item from Pendant Mire to go to Pendant Turtle Rock, and then I guess by that point I was just like, I'm just gonna go wherever I can. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, although the seed was quite trolly, it was fairly linear, actually. You were forced to do specific things in a specific order, it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I started off clear. I mean, it gave you the Moon Pearl very early, and then I got Hammer and Glove, so I could do all of the overworld. And then once I finished all the overworld, except checking Zora, I think was the one spot which obviously had the hook shot. I mean, there was nowhere else to go.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy to watch. And
Oh, and-
Zora having the hook shot.
And then the flute being on the mushroom. I mean, by that point, I was just like, of course, you know, what else could happen? It was so hard getting from place to place.
Yeah, it was just running. And at least Sanctuary, nice place, nice location for it, being in Kakariko. Was really handy to just save and quit there, and then not have to make the trek all the way over to Kakariko to get into the Dark World.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite place to have Sanctuary.
Yeah, it was definitely good. So, do you have any comments on the seed at all? What are your thoughts?
That one just really blew my mind. It's really tough to feel comfortable when I felt like I kept finding things at the last possible location I'm looking, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, this isn't good, but I wish I would have routed a little bit better, but I don't even really know how I could have, and I had to even farm for money for Zora, and I felt like that first part of the game took me so long to get past.
Yeah, you definitely made the high value plays a lot of the time. It was just that going where all of the chests were didn't seem to help either of you in this seed.
Yeah, I felt like I found so much stuff at the beginning, and I'm looking at my inventory, and I'm like, I don't have anything. I'm looking at my money, I'm like, I don't even have any money. Where are all these items at? And then once, it took me a little bit longer to realize than I should have, but that Ganon's Tower is in the vanilla location, and I think by then I was like, well, that's probably where all the swords are, the boots, the half magic, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's unreal how little items. We were saying 40 minutes in, you guys still had nothing, pretty much. Like, you could get to places, but you couldn't do any dungeons still.
Yeah.
Because you were missing items for everything. It was actually really crazy how that happened. So, and again, having to dip into every pendant dungeon. I mean, Ice Palace wasn't necessary, but you both went into it actually at the same time, pretty much. The only difference was Kohrek had bought a blue potion, so by the time it got to the bomb jump area, managed to bomb jump across and just continue with the blue potion. Unfortunately, I believe you save and quit out of there, if I'm not mistaken.
I tried to do the bomb jump. The plastic sword, unfortunately, is a little bit smaller than the master sword, so I was lining it up incorrectly, and I had failed, and I only had 1 heart left. So you're not making a bomb jump with 1 heart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I left.
But it was the right call because there was nothing in Ice Palace.
Well, chat's pointing out that Ice Palace did have the cape, and without that cape,
Yeah, the cape was required. That's a very good point.
Yeah,
Yes.
You weren't killing landmouse for actually any of that seed.
That was correct, because all of the swords were Ganon's Tower, so you technically had to go into every pendant dungeon. At least you didn't have to go all the way through Ice Palace, just the first room, but still. Might as well have been a pedestal seat at that point.
Right. I was considering even checking the pedestal, but I think I was dragging the ice rod at that point, and I was like, unless the ice rod makes an appearance, I'm not even going to worry about that yet.
Yeah, and we had Quake that was at Bommel's statue and whatnot, so there's...
I guess
that
Quake
was...
probably in Ganon's Tower too, but luckily that didn't come into play. It was nice to know it was there just in case it really wanted me to go everywhere.
Yeah, it was definitely something. It was an exciting race to watch. Kohrek unfortunately struggled a bit at the beginning with getting enough rupees to go to Zora. So that was kind of the big difference between the two of you.
Oh yeah, I guess if we did go into ice at the same time, that would have yeah, because I knew it was either Ice Palace or Zora, and I'd farmed those rupees right before going into ice, because that 20 spot was right below it.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, that was the big difference this match, was not having enough rupees for Zora, so then having to look for a location that gave rupees. I'm sure you'll watch the VOD. It was definitely a very exciting race to commentate for.
Maybe I'll watch the VOD. I don't know if that's a race or a seed I'd never remember ever again. I think I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't blame you at this point.
That was brutal. I think that's the most brutal one I've done so far.
Yeah, it was definitely trolly. You would think it was something like a Wizrobe or Kanzion seed at that point.
Well, I have some bad news for you, Ack, which is you've just made it to the 3rd round of the tournament, where all the entrances are shuffled, and dungeons aren't necessarily in dungeons, so it's about to get a lot worse for you.
Lovely. Oh, I didn't even consider that yet.
I'm sure that's just what you wanted to hear right now.
Alright, well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go practice.
Alright, congratulations again.
Oh, no, thank you guys. Thank you for commentary, and thanks for everyone setting all this stuff up. You guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you so much for racing. We wouldn't have anything to commentate if you weren't racing. So,
Exactly.
speaking of which, guys, you haven't already, make sure to give these runners a follow. Excellent job. Both of them deserve some love. So make sure to give them your love. Give them some follows. Be great. Now, I know the next race will be starting momentarily on this channel here, and I think it's Freddy. I think that's how you say his name, and Furami. I could be saying that completely wrong, so I apologize.
Those are acceptable.
Which will be commentated by Magus and Duke Firebird. So that'll be continuing on here. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I think we're going to be able to continue to commentate Kohrek's Kohrek's victory here over Ganon if they don't get set up.
Is he just finishing up right now?
He is just entering GT.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like he's going to be going left side, and we unfortunately know that the key is on the right side.
I'm going to step away because I need to grab a snack before I track the next race. But thank you, Saku, for the commentary. Thank you to both the racers and to Ursula for tracking this.
Yeah, absolutely. Ursula being a godsend here. Because what would we do without a tracker? It makes our job so much easier.
Ursula takes such good notes. She was feeding me conclusions that we could make while she was tracking the race. She was sending me private messages. So thanks to her for tracking this so well.
Yeah, it was really fun to commentate with you. So yeah, you can grab your snack, and yeah, you'll be tracking the next race as well. So
I hope they up their time limit from like 3 hours to like 6 hours whenever we change to the harder difficulty. Good lord.
Oh, it's definitely a long process. It's definitely seems to be. It seems like this one was particularly trolly, I feel like. I'm surprised that you guys did it in under 3 hours, because the amount of times you had to go in and out of dungeons, no boots, flute, and everything until the last, it's actually quite interesting.
I think like there was never a dungeon until like Tower of Hera, which I think was the last. I mean, I knew where it was, but like the first time I had entered it, like that was the only dungeon I was happy to go in. Every time I would, pop into a random dungeon, I'm like, all right, let's see what we got. And it was, to me, it was always the worst case scenario out of the possibilities. But that makes sense. Ganon's Tower was the dungeon I was obviously looking for at the beginning, and I had everything I needed to do it at, pretty early, and of course it was in its normal location.
Yeah. It just throws me off how crazy the seed was. I still can't wrap my head around it. Just the fighter sword, just having that the whole time too, on top of everything. It's just interesting. Oh, and Kohrek is getting to the right side where he normally bonks across the area there, but without the boots.
Oh, it's not too bad of a bomb jump there.
Yeah, that's oh, unfortunately not making the bomb jump the first time. But yeah, congratulations again on that. I can't imagine how you must have been feeling at the end there when you done.
It was a relief, but yeah, I don't think I had one good feeling about this race at any given point. I mean, I think finding it was either the gloves or the hammer from the bottle vendor. I was like, okay, yeah, we're doing all right. And then like I'd found the next progression item rather quickly after that, and then everything basically I never felt good after that. So 20 minutes in, feeling good. Everything else, I felt terrible.
I don't blame you. We were actually really curious. Was it you had gone into desert twice, correct? the actual
Oh yeah, I did.
Hyrule Castle.
I went in 3 times. Yeah.
At the beginning, I was actually really worried because you had missed the gloves, which Kohrek had found in which I guess was Hyrule Castle, but turned out to be desert. So we were worried that you might not make that back right away, considering you didn't have access to the later half of the dungeon.
Oh, we did it in a different order. Okay. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I went in early, but I didn't have anything to kill the tentacles with, so I had to leave.
Yes, that's right. And I can't remember where Hammer was, but
Hammer would have been from the potion guy then, if I recall.
Oh yes, the bottle vendor. Rupees were scarce this entire seed.
Right. Which I don't understand. What was in all these chests we were opening at the beginning? Was it giving us nothing? Was it taking rupees away? I wasn't keeping track.
It was pretty much bomb upgrades and arrow upgrades because you didn't get many hearts either.
Yeah. Well. Alright, well I'll head on out so you can finish up with Kohrek when he gets done with his race. But again, thank you so much for commentating, and thanks to Fiesel for setting this up, SMBI for giving us the most terrible seeds ever. I don't know how he does it, but he seems to really keep providing on those, so makes for good entertainment. But yeah, definitely watch the next race too. Both of them are great runners. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, these entrance randomizers, not only with all the items being randomized, but all the locations too, it's really, you never know what you're going to get, ever. And I feel like SMBI kind of particularly picks trolley seats.
Yeah, I'm on to him.
Yeah, I feel like there's a pattern here. We're on to you. So, yeah, you might want to reconsider. But yeah, I was actually curious as to whether or not any of these are tested before the tournament as well. I didn't know if they're all completable or not. Something I should have probably asked at some point.
Actually, I can add something to that. They're not all tested. We do have a GUI made for them that does generate them, as if you were going to generate a other randomizer seed. They're all done from Cool J. He does all of those, and he even updated the version of it, because we did find a very rare bug that made a seed incompletable, and he did that in under 24 hours prior to the tournament. So he's been working very hard on getting all this stuff, and outside of that, we've had no problems. The work he does is absolutely incredible, so I can't even give him enough thanks.
Well, shoutouts to him then, for sure. That takes a lot of dedication and time. Yeah, and so it looks like Kohrek is going through the gauntlet. Just a few more rooms here. He's going to be heading into the Landmolus 2 fight. He's going to need some hearts, so he's probably going to powder this anti-fairy. Yep, that's exactly... Or I guess Bunny Beam. He managed to get the Butter Sword, so... Because he went left side first. Unfortunately missing all the arrows the first time round, but he does have the Butter Sword, so 2 hits to each Landmolus. And they'll be down. So there we go. Landmolus 2 now down. So it won't be long now until we see his Ganon fight.
So it's in a really nice spot too. I like having him there. He's just...
Yeah, it was funny. We were joking about the fact that he's a bat in the bat cave.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. He just, yeah. the bat was Ganon the whole time. This is actually spoilers for lore here.
And I was actually a little worried there for a second that he wouldn't make it through that door in time, but very nicely done. You also had a very good Aghanim 2 fight.
Oh, yeah, I'm usually really bad at that. I just got lucky, but I guess I could have had a perfect one if it, you know, they didn't bring back those blue balls.
Well, technically, you hit every single hit that was possible, so it was a perfect Aghanim fight. It wasn't a triple, that's all.
I guess 2 hours and 34 minutes. It's I can get one thing right at the very end. That was nice.
I mean, hey, you won. That's got to be something, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you noticed with the Smith, I sort of got lost a little bit with him. I took him all the way to you know, Vanilla Sash or whatever.
Yes.
I guess in my panic moment when I'm taking notes, I literally have no idea what I wrote down. I wrote down where he's at. I literally have no idea what it says, though. So eventually I kind of recalled what it was, but I don't know what note I decided to take on that.
Yeah, we were wondering when you were supposed to go to Agina and you ended up in Sahasrah's hut. We were like, hang on a second. I don't think this is right.
That made me really nervous too, because I actually don't know how to get rid of the Smith once you have him, and I was like, well, this is not good. I need to take this guy somewhere, and I've seen it, but I don't know where.
So I think Kohrek's gotten a double and a double. Nope. Okay, so the first one was a single hit. So here, oh, there we go. Aghanim 2 down for Kohrek. So now all he has to do is go and defeat Ganon. So Pyramid here opens up after after you defeat Ganon. What was actually in that?
SMBI did confirm that the boots were in there. It makes me wonder if I think Quake is probably in there as well.
Quake was at the Bombos tablet.
Never mind. That's a great point. I knew exactly where Quake was. I forgot. I just couldn't get it because I didn't have a sword.
Yes, that is correct. We were concerned because I think Turtle Rock, the entrance was Quake, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. So that would have been a Hyrule Castle over there.
Yeah, nobody even stepped foot into Hyrule Castle.
Well, we didn't have a sword to get in there until the very end, when it wasn't even worthwhile.
So with Butter Sword, Ganon takes 6 hits for each phase. So we're gonna see, very quick phase changes here. Oh, unfortunately swapped to the boomerang instead of the hook shot. But I don't know if Kohrek has a fairy and is a little bit low on hearts. But I think he's gonna be able to do this really easily. As long as there's no more bats, should be pretty good. Did you find the silver arrows in a basement? Oh, unfortunately didn't get that silver hit. But has a blue potion, so that's going to be nice. Ooh, my, oh man, unfortunately misses that silver as well. Wow, what a trolly Ganon fight so far as well. Alright, so that'll be 2 hits right there. Needs 2 more hits. Just gotta hit him a little bit quicker, and he's gonna have this. So if he hits him... Oh, misses. Oh, there you go. One more. And GG! Kohrek officially defeating Ganon. We'll see him walk into the Triforce room right away. And finishing with an official SRL time of 3 hours and 26 frames. Congratulations to both runners for completing this. Very, very nicely done. It was so entertaining. I think we're going to be passing this over to Duke Firebird and Magus right now. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to follow these runners. They've done an excellent job here. So make sure that you give them a follow, give them some love. We're excited to see the next match will be coming up any second here on Speed Gaming. So stay tuned on this channel so that you guys can watch it. All right, I'm Sakura Tsubasa, and I'll be signing off.